of a rabbit.
It was something like...
That's the part that I'm like, what? Like, but also, especially that time, why the fuck would he just make that up?
I don't know. I think that this family is all on crack. I think that they're snorting copious amounts of crack cocaine, and they're just seeing shit. But this is, or another thing. I don't know if it's like this is a legit thing. Asbestos, right? It can cause you to go crazy.
Right.
So they lived there for 17.
Back then?
I don't know.
I feel like it would be like lead.
Lead poisoning, mercury poisoning, whatever you want to call it. It was. I think that they lived there for so long, and there was something in the ground. Legitimately, I think that that's what it was that made them all very scared.
That's fair.
Except for the fact that we're about to start talking about Andrew Jackson in a little bit, and that's where it throws a kink in my theory of how this.
There are many outside sources.
Yeah.
We're like, yo, this shit is going down.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of weird because. Or they were all genuinely so paranoid and freaked out that the people there believed what they were hearing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but we'll give it... Okay, so anyways, yeah, he was in this field and he just saw a fucking... like a little rabbit dog.
Have to fuck the rabbit.
I don't know, man. It could have just... Maybe, somebody just cropped their dog's ears...
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how dogs have the little ears that stand up if they, crop them? Which I think is cruelty to animals, but...
That's another
episode. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Where they'll stick... I mean, maybe that was, a thing that wasn't super common at that time, but somebody just did it.
Yeah.
Anyways, the thing that really freaks me out about this story at this point in time is he just goes back to his house.
No, he shoots it.
Yeah. I thought you said that already.
No,
he shoots. He shoots.
Blasts that thing.
He shoots at it
like a couple times.
He misses.
From my understanding, I thought that he actually killed it. But that's fair. Yes. So he takes some shots.
Yeah. It says the animal vanished.
Yeah.
It said the animal vanished. Now I don't know. I don't want to read into it too much. I don't know if that means he shot it.
Yeah.
And it just disappeared in front of him, or he shot at it and it bolted. Or, you know what I mean, however you want to interpret that.
Here's what I'm going to say. If he was on some kind of drug, I get it. If I saw some shit like that, and I was fucked up, I'd be like, yo, what? Pow, pow, pow!
And then just don't say anything about it later.
I would not tell anybody.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, just creeps me out. He just went back home, didn't say anything to his wife or kids.
Well, that's the thing. It's back then, you didn't tell anybody anything.
Yeah.
Especially, your children.
The men were
and
super
your
stoic.
Wife.
Hey guys, so here's the deal. I was just out in the corn maze.
The corn maze.
Well, see, that's what he was doing. It wasn't documented. John Bell was the first person ever to open up a corn maze.
A haunted corn maze.
Yeah.
Because it was actually haunted.
He was actually the one breeding the rabbits and dogs, and one of them just got loose.
Yeah, he's like, oh, damn it!
Yeah. No, but he goes back home and doesn't say anything about it. And then just that night at dinner or something...
As soon as, they go to bed, they hear, beating and, knocking on, the outsides of the house.
Yeah.
There's, all over the house. People are fucking with them. And, well, that's what it says is,
a few times they went out...
Yeah, they would go outside.
Thinking that they were going to catch some gooster gasters.
Yeah, some hoodlums. And there was never anything.
Couple honkies.
Which, at that point, I'm like, all right, got to get the fuck out of this house. I'm not dealing with that shit.
But I mean, were ghosts a common thing back then? I don't know.
I think so.
Did people talk about them, or did people just think that they were crazy?
I think it's something that happened, but at that point, that's not your first 5 thoughts. You know?
Yeah, it's
you just think,
huh. This might be a good... I feel like if you heard a noise in your house at night, that's
that's the first place I go.
Yeah.
God damn it, we're haunted.
Yeah. I feel like I did know that about you now that I'm thinking about it, because you were just if I found out that my house was haunted, I'd just kill myself.
Yeah, I'd be out of here.
But then you'd join the ranks. And your soul would be trapped here with them.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah.
No, it's unfinished business. Or weird, dark power things.
See, I think that this is a poltergeist. And I don't know if you...
Is there a difference?
There is a difference. I was about to go into. Okay, so like a ghost is something or somebody who is like it's somebody. It's somebody's spirit, their essence, trapped in a place, either for unfinished business or just there's a weird energy about the place that essentially just traps their souls.
Yeah.
There. That is my understanding. I'm getting creeped out right now.
I don't like ghosts, dude.
I'm getting creeped out right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, and then a poltergeist is some sort of... It's not all the way to demonic.
Okay.
But it's not a worldly spirit.
It's not like a soul.
It is a prankster. That is what... Oh, I'm getting fucking creeped out, dude. Fuck me, I don't know.
They're just there to, like, fuck shit up.
Yeah, they're kind of just like... I mean, like, that's why... Like, a lot of times people think they're just being haunted... Oh, I'm really getting creeped out.
I can see it on your face.
Okay. I just don't like talking about it. I just saw The Nun, too, and I just keep thinking about The Nun. Anyways.
What's behind you?
Shut the fuck up. No, okay, I'll tell you about a dream I had very fast.
Okay.
Just for context, because that's why I don't want to turn around right now. You said, what's behind you? Okay, the other night I went and saw The Nun. And a few nights later, I had a dream that I was at the place in the movie. It was very surreal. Very surreal. And the person I was with was like, don't turn around. And I fucking turned around.
And she was there?
And she snapped my neck in the dream.
Oh my god!
It was the craziest.
Oh my god!
It was the craziest dream I've ever had in my entire life. Because in the dream, I was just like, I was just like fidgeting and like, it was like third person. Like, it was...
I'll tell you this. There are two things that you need to know about me. Two things. Number one, I don't like ghosts.
Yeah.
And number two, and for some reason, this is the only thing that makes me uncomfortable in, like, movies and shit, is any kind of neck kill.
Really?
Even
like a slit?
That's a little better.
Yeah.
It still freaks me out.
Yeah.
But, like...
Yeah, but...
Any kind of, like, neck popping or, like, the like... quick snap. Oh, it makes
in the movie, she's got really long, creepy fingers, and so it was like this, but her fingers were all the way. It was like,
that's gonna make me vomit.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Sorry to like interrupt I just thought I'd tell this.
Anyways,
know
what they're here for.
Yeah. No, but okay, yeah. So ghosts kind of they're not necessarily friendly, but they're not like gonna like.
But ghosts come from us.
Yeah, they're like other human spirits. Poltergeists are just pranksters. But poltergeist activity can turn into demonic activity. Okay. That's kind of the trend.
Because like that kind of happens in this story.
And that's the problem with poltergeists, because poltergeists, they're doing their funny, goofy stuff. It's not really funny and goofy. It is very creepy. But the more you get creeped out, the more you get
serious stuff. Until later on.
Because the more you get creeped out in poltergeist activity that's documented, the stronger they get. The more fucked up they get.
Okay, then I'm going to say yes, this is absolutely a poltergeist.
I think it's a poltergeist, and I think that it was kind of just using kind of a common trope at the time of like witches or whatever.
But we can get into that like after the story, because I've heard a couple things, just because like this is a story I've heard for years. So the beating and like the knocking on the house starts, and then this like misses a couple details, like it just because they say they're not gonna do it. So like if there's things that I've heard before, I'm gonna throw that in.
Yeah.
So from what I've been told is once this like knocking and shit starts, like it starts very low on the house and like progressively starts moving up to the point where it's like scratching on the windows and it like later on it's like inside.
Yeah.
Like, in the rooms, like, on their beds and stuff. And that's whenever the kid, like, it starts fucking with the kids. And they... As I said, like, they, like, wake up and they say that they hear rats, like, gnawing on their beds.
Yeah,
just fucking going to town. Which, that's fucked up. You ever had a mouse before?
In my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, my cat used to bring me them, but they were dead.
We don't have a cat, we got mice right now.
Really?
They just like, you can hear them at night.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Just pitter-pattering around.
Well, now that we're talking about this, you're going to get scared.
Nah. Because they don't chew on shit.
Yeah, but that was kind of like the creepy thing that's kind of the trend in everything. It all escalates and it builds to the point. Now, this is, I'm assuming, over a couple years span.
Because the haunting is a long time. Like
it's like 3-4 years.
It's like several years.
1817 to 1820, 21. That's the TBD. 18. I've read both 20, 21 where it ended. But so yeah, for the first little bit, it's just kind of like little knocking, little stuff, just sounds. But then it starts to like hear like whispers. They start hearing whispers. And if you've heard anything else,
I've always heard it described as like at first it's like just like mumbling.
Yeah.
And they don't, like, you can't hear it, you don't know what's happening, but it sounds like there's just like an old lady in their living room.
Yeah.
But she's like, it's not loud enough to where you know what she's saying.
Yeah.
And sometimes they would hear like the melodies of like hymns and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fucked.
Yeah. And then as they keep getting creeped out, I'm assuming, because like I said, I'm going into it, if it is real, I think it's a poltergeist. I don't think it's a particular human spirit. So it just keeps getting more powerful and creep. So then at a certain point, they just started hearing it talk.
Yeah,
then it was just singing hymns, like you said, and like
could just be laughing
and just laughing
in the middle of the night, just fucking laughing,
just cackling. And then she would like quote scripture, which is. Ugh.
I'd never heard. Oh god, I got chills. Oh god. There's in this, like the source that we were reading, which is crazy because we didn't tell each other what we were using, and we got the same one. It says there's one night once she's like really talking, where she's just quoting sermons. She quotes 2 sermons that happened the same day, like cities apart.
Yeah, it was like 13 miles or something.
Yeah, like
creepy number.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing to me that it just seems too good to be true, but also I believe it a little bit. Well, like that's the creepy thing.
That's
like
something that they would be like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah,
that means something
for sure.
But I've also heard that at some point, once the talking and stuff starts, it was more than just her voice.
Yeah, it was like little kids too, right?
It was like kids, but just like there were just a shit ton of people in their house just talking to each other. Yeah. Just having conversations. And at this point, like, they can hear what's being said. Like, they know everything that's happening. And it's just like late as fucking night. I would just
move out, but I mean, he had so much land.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is like, supposedly, the entity didn't just stay in the house. It was like all around.
It was the property.
Yeah, the whole of the property.
Which we'll get into, because I don't know if you know about the cave and stuff.
I don't know about the cave. And I saw about the cave today, and I was like, I hope Gabe knows about it.
We can get into that once we get through the story. So at this point, she's like talking a lot. She's singing. It's just being creepy. She's still not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then after this point, this is when, because they're always in haunting stories, eventually it gets physical.
Yeah.
And the spirits start fucking with the residents.
Just a little smack.
So the kids start waking up from their covers just being thrown into the room.
Yeah.
And their pillows being pulled to the floor and shit like that. And then they start getting slapped and shit. Just out of nowhere.
Hair pulling.
Yeah. Imagine waking up to just the air bitch slapping the fuck out of you.
I have.
Oh. What?
I've got some creepy stories that we
could. A ghost?
I will tell a story. If I can interrupt the flow.
Yeah.
I never got.
We gotta cut this shit up because I'm getting unsettled.
Well, you're about to get even more creeped out, I think.
Oh, God.
When I was a little child, I know that I have sleep paralysis, so everyone can take that with a grain of salt. But typically, because I've had sleep paralysis for so long and had it so long at this point, I knew what sleep paralysis was like. I knew what it was. Because I'm not scared of it anymore. I still have
I've never heard a fun sleep paralysis story.
No. But, like, after a certain point, you gotta get used to it. You know what's going on. But now, this particular night, I swear on everything that I was awake. So I woke